Zach with CrossFit Essentials, and I'm going to go over a planche progression. I'm from the South, so I'm going to say planche. Make sure you wear some wrist wraps or maybe tape your wrists or something like that to protect your wrist. First thing, let's start from the ground up. Hand position, where do you want it? I like to say, the L's. Make sure your fingertips are pointed straight ahead when they're on the ground. And if you don't have the wrist flexibility, you'll start to turn around or turn out with your hands in order to get better wrist movement. But over time, start to try to work the fingertips back. The next thing is elbows. You want to try to reach forward with the pit of your elbow. You'll know what that feels like, or you'll know what I'm talking about when you get down there. Really straighten and lock your arm out and then torque it. Torque is generated from the shoulder. That's the next thing. So make sure your shoulders are not blown too far forward or sucked in too much. You want to turn your lats on and turn your shoulders and triceps and everything on. Our first exercise you want to try to get to is just a normal plank, trying to hold that for at least 2 minutes. So what that is the top of a traditional push-up. Slowly start to work my way forward. The farthest you ever want to go, if you can get there, is your hands at the same level or same vertical reference as your hip bone. Then plank, planche, push-up. Say all that 5 times fast. So more or less all that is you're maintaining that hand position, laying down, coming back up. Nothing crazy. All you want to make sure is you're not injuring or hurting or straining your shoulder. So start to take baby steps. Go a little bit further than normal, go down, come back up. A little bit further than past that, go down, come back up. So if your palm starts to come up or float, you've gone too far. You want to ease back. Keep working at it until that no longer becomes an issue. If you start to feel lightening in your wrists, that's bad. That ain't cool. Now the next one, pick one foot up or pick one leg up. Whole leg nice and straight. So boom, I'm here. I'm going to walk forward, get to that position, hold my leg up, go down. Another note, breathing. You might want to do that. That might be crucial to life, but also for exercising. So make sure you breathe. So the next thing after all that is done is we're going to kind of ramp it up with a frog stand. In yoga they call it, I think just a frog pose or whatever, I don't know. Call it a frog stand. All that is we're going to go down into a primal squat. So I'm going to drop it like it's hot and make sure your heels are flat on the ground. My knees press out, and I'm just going to shoulder width apart with my feet, rock my hips back, making sure my shins are vertical until I get past 90, and then boom, I'm good to go. So if you can do this, fantastic. Notice I'm not, I'm relaxed. I'm not turned on and all that kind of stuff. So just relax your lumbar. This right here is a great opportunity to just stretch. It's great. I've heard people say this might be good. So now since my feet are nice and flat, I can drive my elbows into the sides of my knees. Again, hip flexibility, all good stuff. Now for the frog pose. So now, or frog stand. Now I'm going to rock my whole body forward, boom. Now my feet are flat, my heels are off of the ground, and I can slowly start to load the weight from the inside of my knees to my elbows, then to my palms, and then start to play around with the weight going forward and back. And then you'll start to strengthen your wrists when it comes to the dexterity of pushing with your fingers and then, going back. Loading your fingers, rocking your head forward. Something you're not allowed to do is kiss the ground with your forehead. If you do that, that's a brown star. That's not good. You'll hopefully only do that once. It's kind of self-correcting. So, after you get that going on, we're doing it on the ground. If you want to step it up a little bit, you can add the parallettes. And how wide you want it is from this finger to your elbow. That is your own personal cubit. That's your world. So you want to have your wrist directly over your palm, over the handle. You want your elbow over your wrist. Pretty straightforward. If that's, happening, everything's good. You can bend your elbows just like you can on the ground. So now I'm going to just simply put one elbow, boom, one knee on elbow, and then I just kind of hop up and then put the other knee on the other elbow. And I just start to try to push my butt back and all that kind of stuff and just play around with what that feels like. And, you can stretch your hips out and all that kind of stuff. But can you hold it there for, a while? That's a really good warm-up, cool down, skill transfer, skill work. Next thing is past the just isometric hold, and now we're going to start to be a little bit dynamic, just a little bit, and do a wall facing. So we got to face the camera to the wall. Handstand push-up to planche. So the first thing is I'm going to face the wall, how I'm going to face the wall is I'm actually going to start facing away from the wall and lay flat on the ground. So if I put my hands in the normal position of right at my shoulders, like a push-up, I'm going to go up and then come right back down and still be in a normal plank. That's fine if that's where you're at and your level's there. But if you want to make it a little bit harder, start laying flat on the ground with your hands lower and lower and lower. If you can start, with your hands right at your hips, that's awesome. So I'm going to start right at about my rib cage. So I'm going to lay flat on the ground, boom, hands right at my rib cage, and then I'm just going to walk my feet up and load my shoulders. Boom, everything's loaded. Now I'm going to turn on my butt, my abs, my shoulders. I'm going to torque them and then slowly start to walk forward. And because I started with my hands there, I'm starting to get a planche. And the more and more you do it, the better it is going to get. You'll be able to maintain that core stability and all that kind of good stuff. So this is what it looks like from the side. So I'm going to lay down flat on the ground, have my hands right at my rib cage. Boom, everything's good. My fingertips are straight ahead. And then I'm going to walk my body up. Boom, everything's turned on. Torque my arms. Whoop. So, give that a shot. If you can hold that for 20 seconds, 10 seconds rest, do the Tabata thing, that's awesome. So this is progression number 5. So what it is a band-assisted planche hold. I've got a band set up right here on the J-hook, set at my hip height. Start with a really heavy-duty band, and what that means is your feet are not going to fall as much, so that means your shoulders are not going to be as loaded, so it's a little bit easier. You can also start with a much lighter band, go to a much lighter band to make it that much harder. Block my arms out and lean forward. And then lean back. So, that is the 5th and final progression. Of course, you are more than welcome to use the parallettes to make it a little bit more saucy. So I hope these 5 progressions helped. They are not the only thing. Don't worry if you are having trouble at progression number 1. The planche is an insanely hard movement. That's why I only showed like the first 5 basic progressions. I have tried to break this down as much as possible for the beginning. But let me know if it works out for you. If I can do anything, ask me during class. We're going to use this a lot for the cash outs. So have fun with it. Be safe.